Hey, what's up, meatballs? Mr. Meathook here. Time for part 3 of my entire Blu Ray collection. As I said in the first part, I am moving to Michigan, packing up everything that I own. So, if you want to check out the first part, which is numbers through D, I got here. This one is going to be M through R. So starting off first, this movie's stupid, but I think it's hilarious. We got MacGruber. Then this one I've never heard of, but I picked it up at Dollar Tree. It's The Machine. Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Malignant starring Brad Dourif. Speaking of Brad Dourif, I just finished watching the season finale of Chucky Season 1. Freaking loved it. Got the 3-disc Blue Underground version of Maniac. This is a wonderful transfer. Maniac Cop. Meat Market 2. I saw this in the theater and I loved it. It's ridiculous, but I don't care. The Meg with lenticular cover. Mexico Barbaro. This is one of my favorite bad movies of all time. It's so stupid, but it's hilarious. Got Microwave Massacre. Another one that's stupid, but I thought it was also hilarious. A Million Ways to Die in the West. The Mind's Eye. This one I haven't checked out yet. I saw the first one in the theater, and then this also contains the Korean movie that the original movie was based on. We got Mirrors 2. It does have the Korean movie that the Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland was based on. The Scream Factory release of Misery. The Mist, which is one of my favorite movies. This movie is wonderful. Model Hunger. Monster Dog by Claudio Fragasso starring Alice Cooper. This movie, it's so bad, and I don't care. It's amazing. I rented this on VHS back when I was, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that. It came out in 85, so I'd have been 10. So yeah, probably 12 or 13. Loved it. Still love it now. It's awful, but I don't care. Monty Python's Holy Grail. Got Murder on the Orient Express. Michael Ironside, who is fantastic in Mutants. The classic slasher, The Mutilator. This is one of the few remakes that I don't necessarily think it's better than the original, but I think it's a solid remake. I got My Bloody Valentine 3D. This isn't like your 3D TV type 3D. This is the Anaglyph 3D with the little paper 3D glasses. But it came with 4 pairs, so that's awesome. Got the classic awful slasher, which has been called by some people the worst slasher of all time. I can't fight with them, but I love this stupid movie. I own 5 different copies. We got Nail Gun Massacre. This one is the Code Red release. Also have the 88 Films release. Naked Cannibal Campers. This was the not Kickstarter, the GoFundMe version. Might have been Indiegogo, I don't remember. One of the two. National Lampoon's Class Reunion. This movie's awful, but it's goofy, and I loved it as a kid, so it does hold some nostalgia for me. I definitely saw it earlier than I ever should have, though, because it's not appropriate for like the 8 and 9 years old that I saw it at. Neighbors with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. Nightmare Vacation by the late John Polonia. One of the best movies of all time. If you disagree with me, I mean, that's your opinion, but you're wrong. Got Night of the Creeps. Night of the Demons 2, which is a solid sequel to the original Night of the Demons. And this movie is terrible. It was marketed in Italy as Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, even though it's more of a ripoff of Nightmare on Elm Street. Got Nick Killer. Got No Country for Old Men. I love this movie. I saw this in the theater. Happy that it won the awards that it did. Should have won more. Now You See Me. Now You See Me 2. Once Upon a Deadpool. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is, Once Upon a Deadpool is Deadpool reading basically a book version of Deadpool 2 to Fred Savage on an exact replica of the set of The Princess Bride. And it's PG-13 rather than rated R, so it's kind of safe for the kids. Not that Deadpool would be. Got Ouija, Outpost Black Sun, Outpost Rise of Spetsnaz. What I don't have is Outpost, unfortunately. Ozploitation Massacre, which is not a movie in and of itself. It's 4 or 5 Australian shorts compiled in a collection. Patriot Games, Pazookas Island of Vomit and Despair, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Who doesn't love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right? One of the best comedies of all time. In my opinion, it's also Tim Burton's best movie. Got Penny Pinchers, which is a wonderful... This movie is fabulous. It is a documentary about no-budget filmmakers. It's got Chris Seaver, Todd Sheets, I know Tim Ritter's on there. There's some other people. Lloyd Kaufman, Phil Herman. Unfortunately, it's got an interview with Dustin Ferguson, who I don't like his movies. They're all awful. Phantasm, because of course, it's the only one I own. No, I don't have the other four. It's exactly what you think it is. Pieces of Talent, Piranha, the remake, which is ridiculous. And then even more ridiculous, we have Piranha Double D, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of a Black Pearl. I don't own the other four. In fact, I've never seen the fourth and fifth ones, but I love the first one. I thought it was really great. And as someone that grew up at Disneyland, because I'm from Southern California, tons of Easter eggs for the ride. President's Day. Up next is another one of my very few criterions. It is one of the greatest movies of all time, The Princess Bride, and I love that it's actually a book. Prison of the Psychotic Damned. Prometheus, because I had to have all of the Alien movies, even though Prometheus is not very good. Psycho Killer. The Purge Election Year. I have the rest of them on DVD, except for the most recent one. I forget what that one's called, but I don't have that one. The Pyramid. Ready or Not, which was a whole hell of a lot of fun. It's actually pretty good and a whole hell of a lot of fun. If you've not seen Ready or Not, you are missing out. The Reef, which I hear is good. I've never actually watched it. Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial?
The Resident, with Hilary Swank and Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan himself. Resolution. Return of the Living Dead. I think this was the original Blu-ray release. And of course, I've got the Scream Factory release as well. Return of the Living Dead Part 2, which a lot of people don't like, and I don't understand that. Sure, it's not the same as the original. It's a much more comedic tone to the point that it's practically slapstick, and for some reason it's rated R, even though really it could almost be PG-13. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. Return to House on Haunted Hill. I don't own House on Haunted Hill. I wish I did, but I don't. But this was fun. There's an option on here to basically do choose your own adventure type thing, where different scenes in the movie it'll pop up asking what you want to do. Do you do this or that? And then the movie turns out different because you did those things. Like certain characters can live the entire movie, or they can die when they didn't die in the original movie. Got Return to Nukem High, signed by Lloyd Kaufman. The Right, with Academy Award winner Anthony Hopkins. The Road Warrior, the original RoboCop, and this is the uncut director's version that had all the gore taken out. It's been put back in. I mean, why would I not have Rocky? Rotten Tail, which just adds... I have a lot of bunny horror. Don't ask why. I just happen to have a lot of bunny horror. This adds to that collection. And lastly, and some people hate this movie, and I get it, because they say it's stupid, but it also tells you right at the very beginning of the movie exactly what to expect. You got Rubber. Well, guys, that's all for this round. The next video will be S through the end of the collection, S through Z. There's quite a few Z because I have quite a few zombie movies. Anyways, again, thank you as always so much for watching. I want you all to have a great day. Be cool, be spoopy, and support independent horror. Deuces.